obviously a superstar. But just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win. I've been coming to win. And I think the same result will happen on December 4th.
The tension between Lamont Roach and Tank Davis continues to rise as their highly anticipated fight. Now we're scheduled for January, inches closer. Roach, full of confidence, declared at the first press conference that their December 14th clash will shock the world. He's been building up the fight for weeks, asserting that he's ready to go toe-to-toe with the WBA lightweight champion and has no plans to back down. Tank, however, wasn't impressed. Dismissing Roach's bold words with an eye roll and a laugh, Tank called him the baby and made it clear he thinks Roach is in over his head. The trash talk has escalated, with both fighters exchanging verbal jabs, and even physical tensions have been building. Roach has warned Tank that the fight isn't just postponed, it's only delaying his first defeat. The world will be watching to see if Roach can live up to his confident predictions.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
From the moment Devin Roach entered the scene, it was clear he was brimming with confidence. At the press conference, he boldly declared his intentions to not just outbox Tank Davis, but to knock him out, taunting, "You think you're walking out of that ring standing? That's funny." Tank, unimpressed, dismissed Roach as just a kid. But despite the trash talk, the matchup has sparked controversy in the boxing world. Critics and fans alike have questioned why Tank is taking on Roach, considering his reputation as an easy target. Many believe Tank should be facing a more established opponent, someone with a stronger track record. Roach's record stands at 25-1 with only 10 knockouts, and his biggest victory so far was a split decision over Hector Garcia, a fighter Tank dispatched effortlessly with a knockout. Fans feel that Roach has yet to prove himself against a top-tier fighter, and that Tank is simply taking an easy fight. Still, Roach arrived unfazed by the criticism or Tank's intimidation tactics. He boldly declared that this fight is his chance to show the world that he's the real deal, determined to prove his doubters wrong and make a statement in the lightweight division.
That Gary shit. I ain't worried about that shit, man. Hell yeah, I talked to your father about that shit. He ain't worried about that shit, man. He said fuck that spot.
Nah, for real. Niggas beneath me don't got no business even in my conversation.
At all.
I'm a champion. Where you at?
The only champion in the DMV at 130.
The only champion.
Lamont Roach revealed that this fight has been years in the making, as he first received a call from PBC about a potential matchup with Tank Davis 2 years ago. At the time, Roach wasn't yet the WBA super featherweight champion, and Tank's team ultimately chose Hector Garcia for the January 2022 fight in Washington, D.C. PBC had considered Roach a solid option to face Tank, aiming to draw in fans from the Baltimore and D.C. areas, but Tank's team went with Garcia instead. Roach continued fighting lesser-known opponents, climbing the rankings until he eventually secured his current title. Now with his shot at Tank finally here, many fans are skeptical, feeling that Tank is choosing another easy fight to keep his unbeaten record intact. One fan on X even commented, "Tank's playing it safe." Despite the criticism, Roach remains unfazed, declaring he's not there to lay down. Speaking to Bag Fuel, Roach made it clear that he's fully committed to proving himself and showing everyone that he's ready for the challenge, no matter how many doubters there are. Interview clip. Lamont Roach is determined to prove he's not just showing up for a paycheck or to add a loss to his record. "I'm coming in there to do what I gotta do to get my hand raised," Roach declared, a statement that sparked loud laughs and eye rolls from Tank Davis supporters at the press conference. Roach acknowledged that many fans see him as an easy opponent for Davis, but he believes that perception will make his eventual victory even sweeter. While Roach admitted that fighting Tank would be a big payday, he stressed that his motivation is about more than the money. "I'm here to show I belong in this ring with the best," he said. Roach views this fight as a golden opportunity to break out of the shadows and establish his reputation as a legitimate threat in the lightweight division. Despite the skepticism from fans, Roach is confident he has what it takes to challenge Tank. He's already imagining himself as the fighter who hands Davis his first loss. With unwavering belief, Roach is ready to prove to the world that he's not just another stepping stone for Tank, but a serious contender capable of shocking the boxing world. Interview clip. Even if Tank dismissed these accusations with easy, and it's just another workday, I'll defeat everyone they put in front of me. It's okay if you guys want me to fight someone else, but at the moment, Lamont Roach is the one being knocked out. This battle is just another opportunity to silence the skeptics and maintain his flawless record, Tank told him. Tank refuses to fall for the hype bug's attempts to elevate him, claiming that he is overhyped, out of his league, and in no way comparable to me. With confidence, Tank responded, "I'm proving that."
Because people don't know Lamont. He's not as popular, they think he can't fight, but Lamont can fight. And he got a hell of a pedigree, 7-time national champion, and he's tough.
Lamont Roach is confident that his fight with Tank Davis is his moment to shine, believing that showing up and putting in the work is key. "When you say that caliber of fighter, I already believe I'm it," Roach said. "All I gotta do is come to compete, and everybody else is going to see it." While Roach's words reflect self-assurance, critics point out that his record doesn't inspire confidence. He's yet to face anyone close to Tank's level, and his resume doesn't generate much excitement among boxing experts or fans. However, Roach is quick to remind everyone that Tank has been on his radar for years. "2 years ago, I got the call. I've been in the Tank sweepstakes since then. I'm ready now. This is what I've been waiting for," Roach declared. His confidence is undeniable as he prepares to seize this opportunity, regardless of the criticism. One interesting aspect of the fight is how PBC is marketing it as a regional rivalry, capitalizing on the proximity between Baltimore and Washington, D.C. to draw local fans. The promotion hopes to use this local angle to boost ticket sales, even though the matchup doesn't have the national appeal of a fight with a bigger name opponent. This regional focus highlights the potential limitations of the fight, but Tank's loyal supporters are still excited about the local competition. Tank himself sees the fire in the rivalry, noting the competitive history they share, with 2 close fights between them before. Tank's critics argue that this marketing strategy underscores a lack of truly competitive fights in his career. Instead of challenging higher-profile opponents, Tank is facing a fighter like Roach, whom many view as a stepping stone. Supporters of Roach, on the other hand, see this as a chance for him to showcase his skills on a big stage while fueling excitement in his local fan base. However, not everyone is sold on this fight, including boxing promoter Hearn. Hearn believes that PBC is offering Tank Davis less than he's used to, knowing that this fight with Roach won't sell big on pay-per-view. Tank has grown accustomed to massive paydays, with his setup involving a base purse plus a substantial cut from PPV sales. Hearn sees trouble ahead for PBC, as they're unwilling to risk a major payout for a matchup that many fans don't find compelling. The question remains whether this regional appeal can make up for the lack of broader interest, and whether Tank's career trajectory can continue its upward momentum despite the criticism.
Floyd Money Mayweather, one of the greats, one of the legends, one of the GOATs, said to himself, "Sugar Tank Davis." So we know that Tank Davis loves to be painting his nails, wearing stilettos, wearing them purses. How many pay-per-view buys does this Roach Jr. coming up for 130? How many buys do you think this?
Hearn has raised concerns about the difficulties surrounding Tank Davis' upcoming fight, hinting at potential delays or even cancellations. "I've heard they can't get a deal done with Tank. The venues are a problem." "How are the venues a problem all of a sudden? It's very strange," Hearn told pro boxing fans. He suggested that PBC might be using the venue issues as a cover for something bigger, namely that they're struggling to meet Tank's financial expectations. Without a substantial pay-per-view return, Hearn believes PBC cannot offer Tank the kind of deal he's accustomed to. Tank's past fights, even those not marketed as super fights, have done solid numbers thanks to his popularity and reputation. But Hearn points out that Lamont Roach, while a capable fighter, doesn't have the same drawing power. When Tank asked PBC what he'll make, they're probably giving him a much lower number than what he got fighting Frank Martin. Hearn explained, emphasizing that Tank's previous bouts, which were high profile and drew significant attention, generated large paydays. He further speculates that Tank's setup likely involves a base salary with a large upside due to the success of his big pay-per-views. Hearn highlights that PBC's choice to put Tank in a fight with Roach creates complications when justifying his usual hefty payday. The absence of a major undercard attraction like David Benavidez, who boosted Tank's fight against Martin, makes it harder to draw in fans for this matchup. Without a major name to back up the event, Tank is left to carry the show in a fight that lacks the same allure. Moreover, Hearn pointed out PBC's lack of a guaranteed broadcast deal, which complicates the situation. Without a broadcaster to fund the event, Hearn questions how PBC can afford to take the financial risk. He speculates that Tank is aware of his worth and isn't willing to settle for less, putting both Tank and PBC in a tough spot as they try to come to terms.
You know, Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability, but he can fight.
Eddie Hearn believes that the current situation could have been avoided if Tank Davis had accepted his previous offer to fight Conor Benn. Hearn argued that the Benn fight would have guaranteed Tank the big payday he's now missing out on with Lamont Roach. While Roach is a solid opponent, Hearn suggests the fight won't generate the same pay-per-view or box office success that Tank's previous bouts have seen. Hearn went straight to the heart of the issue, speculating that Tank might have told PBC, "I'm not fighting unless I get X," referencing the $15 million offer he made for a Benn fight, with additional upside potential. In Hearn's view, PBC's options are limited because to meet Tank's demands, they would need a bigger fight with a fighter who can truly draw big numbers.
He's earned.
That's what I'm looking for. Looking most forward to, like, just shutting everybody up. The critics, the doubters, the haters.
For Hearn,
Roach, unfortunately, isn't seen as that kind of opponent. Hearn didn't confirm this theory, but emphasized that it's a natural progression. Tank knows his value, and if he's not being offered what he believes he's worth, he's not afraid to hold out for a bigger payday.